I want to make sure we've got a public service announcement here. I hope that all of you who parked in this neighborhood, if you parked your car, that you put the club on the car. This is a very crime-ridden neighborhood. Do you realize that this is actually the largest theft problem in this state? Do you realize that over $30 billion was stolen last year in this block? In these buildings. On that very libertarian note, I am bringing to you right now Mr. Ernest Hancock. He will tell you that freedom is good and government is bad, 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 bad.
I'm not with all these guys. One thing I want to make sure that I take the opportunity in a few minutes to explain to you something you may not know. There is a revolution already underway. It is a revolution between the ears. It is the same thing that we experienced before the shot heard round the world and the founding of this country. Because the Declaration of Independence, a lot of people don't know, it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the Constitution. It has a lot to do with the Bill of Rights. The Constitution was all about the power, the power, the power, the power. And Patrick Henry, Thomas Paine, these were the guys that stood up and said, what happens when you have the judicial and the executive and the legislative lined up against the rights of the individual? Then what? You find yourself in a free speech zone. That's what happens. So they wanted to put the checks on, if you're going to have this centrally planned government, then you need to have things that they can't do. The 10 thou shalt nots of government, the Bill of Rights. The Declaration of Independence made it very clear. If you're going to have any government, it needs to be there to protect the rights of the individual, or you need to replace it. Now, what you know as the law of evolution, that started here in Phoenix. It continues here in Phoenix. You may have seen some of our billboards. It's not my debt. The children, you can't go and morally and ethically and heck practically go and say, these young children owe our debt. We're going to tax and we are going to indebt children that aren't even born yet. It is, not only is it wrong, it's impossible. It's not going to be able to happen. So this is what I want to make sure you understand. There is an entire generation of people that know the truth. They know the truth. They've known in the 2008 election cycle exactly how each one of these people voted, what their excuses were, what their reasons, and now what they're saying now. They got archived YouTubes coming out their ears, and you will see it in 2010. You have to understand, these young minds, they already know the truth. They know the truth about the Federal Reserve. They know that the truth about things like 9/11 is going to be from a love-evolution of them that they love themselves, they love their family, they love their neighbors, and they know sharing the truth with them is the only way that they are going to know freedom in their lifetime. So you have a lot of respect for these young people, because I'm telling you, they're not going away.
Freedom is the answer.